Could you introduce yourself in Japanese for us?
Sure. はじめまして。私はダグラスです。よろしくお願いします。
Brown-san, thank you for coming. I heard you lived in Japan for about 14 years teaching English and doing other things. What sparked the passion for such a unique adventure?
I think it was when I was in high school. My brother used to study German, and he was very just lively with bringing home German folk songs and stories. And so he got me interested in Germany. And so in college, I actually spent a summer in Germany. And so when I finished college, I said, one more time before I get into a job and I get married and have kids and all this stuff and life just goes away, I figured I would go to another foreign country and learn another language because I really enjoyed being at another country and learning another language. So I think that's what sparked it.
What drew you to Japan of all countries? Why not teach in India, Korea, or South America?
Japan, my last year of college, I had a Japanese roommate. He was a really great guy, and I just enjoyed him, like sipping his noodles at midnight, and just his gung ho spirit and everything. And then I also had a Japanese professor who was an anthropology teacher, but he had done sabbaticals in Japan, and so that got me interested. And of course, my toaster, car, and everything stereos are made in Japan. I was like, I got to go there and see what this place is like. So that was my idea. Maybe I'll go to Japan the next time I get a chance.
What would you say were the biggest shocks for you? Was it easy to assimilate the changes you had to go through?
Well, I think there was, yeah, I just come out of college basically. I was maybe 22 when I went over to Japan. And I was used to living in Southern California, and when work's done, you hit the beach, you go surfing, or you go out and hang out, play basketball with your buddies or whatever. So I get into this culture that's Japanese, and I was working at a junior college where I was an English teacher. And some of the teachers there, the staff, you might say the Japanese staff, were guys pretty much my age, but they were so business oriented. It was not at all in their mindset of thinking, oh, work's done, let's go out and jog a mile, or let's go play some basketball or something like that. It was just the culture was totally nothing like that. It's not like you could go down to the park and play pickup basketball, because everybody has got like this regimented way of doing things. And for them, their play days are over. They're out of college, they're now working. So, for them it was just very strange to think, what, we're going to go out and play? That's what kids do. And I'm like, well, yeah, what happened to us? But anyhow, that was a totally different mindset for me to see that.
Is there anything you would like to describe about the lifestyle in Japan compared to the US? For example, how the bathrooms are different, or the food, or how people interact with each other?
Lifestyles are different. I mean, there are definitely some big differences. Like if you're playing tennis on a hot summer day, it's humid, and you take a break, they'll pull out the pump of hot tea, and everyone sips hot tea, and in the middle of the day, I'm like, oh, okay, I can get used to that, maybe.
Can you tell us a little bit about how your study of Christian Science affected your life in Japan, and how Japan inversely affected your life in Christian Science?
Probably the most significant thing was even before I left, I had just finished college and had a job and was living behind my parents' house, but I was very driven to do something besides live behind my parents in my parents' house and work for a neighbor, and especially because my friends were off doing construction and architecture, and it seemed like they were going to the moon, and so I got up a Saturday morning and I was writing cover letters to a couple schools that this professor in my last year of college had done sabbaticals in Japan. He'd given me a couple names of schools I could apply to if I wanted to teach in Japan, because I'd asked him about that. I said, I'd like to go overseas one more time. And so I was writing cover letters this Saturday morning, and nothing seemed to click, and the morning was dragging on, and I was just throwing rough draft after rough draft in the trash can, and all of a sudden I lean back and this thought comes to me. It says, what are you doing, Doug? It's Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day. Go to the beach with your brother. If you need to write these letters, you'll know. Get out of here. And you hear a voice that says, go to the beach. What are you going to do, right? So, I'm off on my way. Come on. I shake my brother out of bed, and we go down to the beach and have a great day. So I'm not thinking about it. But 6 months later, I'm getting ready to do something, and this little idea comes, says, why don't you just call Dr. McKinstry instead of trying to write these letters and ask him what kind of letter to write. So I get on the phone real quick, I had his number, and I said, the phone's ringing and ringing and ringing. I'm like, oh, well, about to hang up. And he answers, and I say, this is Doug Brown. Do you remember me? I was in your class. He goes, yeah, I remember you, yeah. He goes, I was just on my way to the airport. I just locked my door. I was just walking down the hallway and I heard my phone ring. He goes, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, and I figured maybe I better come in and take this call. I said, well, I'm writing, I'm interested in teaching at a school and so forth. He goes, I'm on my way to Japan right now. I'll talk to my friend over there. He runs a junior college, and he's had a couple cancellations for August. I'll be in touch with you. Well, he never was in touch with me, but within 2 weeks, I had a contract in the mail that says you've been hired to teach at such and such a junior college. Get your visa. This is when you're coming. It was only like 3 months away or something like that. So all of a sudden, I had this job I didn't even write a letter for. And it was like the coolest thing in the world. So I've got to believe that somehow, listening and getting self-will out of the way, the things you learn in Christian Science Sunday School had an effect on that.
Mr. B, thank you so much for coming in to talk with us. We really enjoyed hearing what you have to say about your experience in Japan.
Thank you, Steve Son. I've enjoyed a walk down memory lane. Thanks a lot.